Kim, whether you realize it or not, I mean, we're brothers in a sense. Even if you're Korean and I'm an American, we share so much in common. And I would just ask anyone that happens to see this information to reach out and find out. Maybe you know Kim. Hi, my name is Bob Mosier, and I want to first just thank the Republic of Korea, the Korean Embassy, and for putting this together. Something that's been on my mind for many years, and it has to do with a young Marine by the name of Bob Mosier as well, my father, who served in Korea during the war, and he was a combat photographer. So the reason why I approached the Korean Embassy about this was my father passed away when I was 17 years old. I never really got to know him as an adult, so I always wanted to understand more about him when I was growing up. And this had to do with an article that I came across, interestingly enough, in the National Geographic magazine, and it's in May of 1953. But what intrigued me in the magazine was a photograph of a young Korean boy who I came to know through the article as Kim. And it turns out that Kim was a houseboy that was, at that time, coming off of the front. His home had been bombed out. His father had been killed. So as my father stated inside the article, it was either he adopted Kim or Kim adopted him and other Marines in the area where they were serving, and he became a houseboy for those group of Marines. So they fed him, they clothed him, and gave him an opportunity to learn. And as I understand it, Kim wanted to become a photographer, wanted to learn more. And so they stayed together for a number of months. But then the war came to a close, and my father was sent back to the United States. They had the opportunity to adopt Kim, but they decided it would be better that he grew up in Korea at that time, especially with rebuilding efforts that were going on, and to keep families together. So I based on what I know, there's an extended family that's there, but as to what happened to Kim after my father left Korea, I have no idea. There's a couple of photographs that I have. I can share these as well, that just show Kim along with my father outside of Camp Rotation, and I guess it was in the Honcheon area of Korea during that time period. So the question comes up as to why now, or why would I want to contact Kim or to speak with him? But the question always remained, why did my father turn to work or adopt a young Korean boy during that time in his life? And just think about the suffering that had been taking place on the local front by the civilians, but to step outside of his military role and to be able to work together to help someone in need, that's essentially what he did. So I just wanted to understand what that relationship was like, and in any key takeaways from Kim's perspective, now being a man probably in his mid to late 80s, and be able to tell us a little bit more about that. I wanted to learn more. So, and then also, quite frankly, Kim, whether you realize it or not, I mean, we're brothers in a sense. Even if you're Korean and I'm an American, we share so much in common. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and a free Korea. Things that my father fought for, and also our allies together. And that hasn't changed. So it's a unique opportunity, especially if we can make contact. And I would just ask anyone that happens to see this information to reach out and find out. Maybe you know Kim. It'd be a great story to be able to reconnect, from the 1950s to now with two brothers. Yeah.